Hello, everyone. So, as you know, I've been very involved in this case, the O'Whately House in Ballsbridge in County Dublin. You probably have known, I've talked about many times before, developers just went in and knocked it. A piece of Irish history, and just to say, Yodi O'Whately was somebody who was the leader in the 1916 Rise and then died during the 1916 Rise, and you might be saying to yourself, that's a very important house to honour his memory. And it is, and the developers in the state just like, oh, it means nothing, it's nothing, it's just nothing to us. Because we're nearly a year on now, we're nearly a year on from it. And I keep putting pressure on Dublin City Council and the Lord Mayor's office to do something. And I mean do something, literally do something, but sit there and stand there and look at them. Because again, we all know the developers, they nearly won the government, to be honest. And again, it's about this, and I want to kind of talk about too. In fact, I wanted to say, what do you call Palatine Bean, sorry, I couldn't think his name. Palatine Bean, Anua. You mentioned in Dáil and then just what they're taking for that. I sent them an email about it a few weeks ago. To would he mind asking a few questions to Dáil about it? Then asking the House Minister Dáil Owen a few questions because I can't get anything out of his department. His department won't speak to me. So, again, I'm going through the Lord Mayor's office and Dublin City Council, but that's going fuck all nowhere. But yeah, I just want to say, again, it's the narrative in this country nowadays. Just destroy it. Just destroy it. Anything that's Irish history related, just destroy it. Let's paint over it. We'll build some new inclusive society or something like that. Something that makes no sense whatsoever. We're just going to build it there, just for the sake. We just don't like Irish history. We don't like people who give up everything for their country's freedom. We don't want that. We don't want people taking influence on them. We don't want people saying, oh, these men sacrificed themselves for this country and look at the state of us now. They don't want us taken like that. They want us just to forget them. They're nothing to us. That's more or less what me whole man thinks of them. Because you think, they think, like again, you think there would be such a big uproar and you think they'd be putting their heads on spikes to developers. That's literally nearly what I would say that'd be the relevant punishments for these developers. For absolute treason, high treason, really. It is high treason. It's high treason that they even went in there. And again, I'm sure somebody in Dublin City Council knew somebody somewhere that they were going in to do it. But again, such a scummy thing the developers did at 6:30 in the morning going in and knocking a historic building. But so they would need no assistance. It's a very scummy thing, and again, the state should be very ashamed of themselves. And I'm very pissy in the rose at the moment. Because you would be pissed. You really would be pissed seeing this happen. And literally, he was doing no harm. The house was doing no harm there. I don't see why they felt the need to go in and bulldoze it. And literally, probably, God knows what was in the house. As I said many times, God knows what was in the house. But this is the narrative nowadays. They want to give rid of history out of schools, really. They want to give rid of everything, anything Irish history related, anything at all that teaches you about your history, about your country's past, what happened in this country, and how much blood was sacrificed to make this country free. But no, me whole man's like, no, that doesn't go far enough. We want to ban all Irish, anything related to Ireland. No, we're going to be some bloody, I don't know what we're going to loan, but we're going to loan something anyway, apart from Irish. We don't like Ireland. Even though we're the government of Ireland, we don't like that. We don't like Ireland, we don't like our history. And it's just pure and simple. Like, they're talking about Moore Street too, they want to just bulldoze that, and again, the government don't really care. Again, they'd be next into the GPO and they bulldoze the GPO. I wouldn't be surprised me whole man to let them do it. Because this is the kind of clowns and the traitors we have in at the moment in this government. The biggest traitor, like literally, I never seen such traitors in my life. I think I'd rather the Soviet Union be head of this government than the Irish government itself. But again, they're trying to re-establish some kind of Soviet dictatorship in this country. Even though it's probably already, they're getting good advice from China, so don't worry about that. Very good friends with the Chinese ambassador and the Chinese government. Don't you know, tax free and everything over here, they don't pay any tax. Don't you know? But yeah, this is just the thing. It's just, again, it shouldn't have to go this far. Like, again, they legally done it. Nobody wanted it to be demolished. The reticence around that, the GA club didn't want it to be demolished. And again, it's just kind of the pissy kind of answers you're getting from Dublin City Council and from the Lord Mayor's office that there's nothing fuck all they can do. And that's basically just saying it straight. And then the House Minister's like, fuck all I can do. And that's basically what more or less Palatine Bean said today. Because he won't communicate with me. He probably heard something at the time he came down to Cavan. I said something about him, and I say he heard about it and he didn't like me after that, which is not much loss. I don't really care. As long as if he went and done something useful instead of probably sitting on his big fat wallet, he'd be grand. I get on with him then. If he went after these developers and kicked them out of the country, it'd be like fair play to you, so. But no, we don't want that. We don't want that. No, God, no. We're going after somebody for going to their mother's house during COVID-19 because their mother was 90-something on their deathbed. We're going after them. We're going to bring them to court. We're going to put them in to jail for the next 67 years because they went to a house and COVID-19 was there. It's a disgrace. And literally, that's more or less what the guards are more interested in the state, is people willing. There's, people going to see their dying relatives. The guards and the state are all up in arms as soon as this happens. But again, when somebody destroys a bit of Irish history, no, it's not important. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're built over. Sure, look at. Like, it's this kind of bullshit that we have in this country now. And forgive me for my course, but again, I'm getting pretty pissed now. I'm finding me blood boiling here. Because that's how whiz I'm getting at the moment. I'm getting very whiz. So you can get myself very whiz in a few minutes because of it. Like, you would be whiz. You would be fuming. How dare they go in to a man who sacrificed his life for this country. How dare they go in at 6:30 in the morning. How dare they do it at all. I'm going to end it here because I'm going to go on a big tangent.